Yeah. Some claim that our lives are only seasons. I used to know these two brothers. They'd walk up to the basketball court like every day. The older one had a scar on his chest and no one called him by his real name. They called him Hank Gathers.
A friend who I grew up with had a hole in his heart. For years I struggled with that image, playing sports in the park. It was cold, maybe March, shoveled snow off the asphalt. I remember how the winter made the day feel soft. Damp leather in my palm, sun lost behind the gloss of a calm, long and heavy like the spring was the fall. On the courts playing ball with jeans and our hoodies on. Play for hours without asking even what was the score. Barbed wire, brick walls, chain nets, steel backboards. The game was something sacred, something more than a sport. We dreamt on that blacktop, dissolving in the backdrop. Handles in the jump shot, the reason to believe the day would prove deep. The kid fell to his knees. At first he couldn't breathe, hunched over in a corner, then collapsed on the court, holding tight to his shoulder. Eyes pried wide open, mouth stuck in a square, hands moving to his chest, still gasping for air. And he lied there, pupils rolled back, all white, body still in catatonic, in a fight for his life. Some moments make you notice tiny patches of time, details that otherwise might have fell to the side. The world magnified, birds chirping in the distance, like I was trying to find out if I was really listening. Dreaming real life, sirens yelled into the evening, filling up spaces and bouncing up off of buildings. He wasn't breathing, he wasn't breathing. By the time paramedics arrived, he wasn't breathing. Adults in the streetlights talking to policemen, negotiating vengeance, narratives, contradiction. I recall dribbling, walking home with the feeling, taking all the same streets, but somehow they felt different. Glistening, intimate, musty with lost innocence, thinking dark images of surgeons and apprentices, taping shut eyelids, sawing through his flesh, misplacing instruments, clamps and forceps, vanishing in depths of bone beneath his breast, hidden in his body as they sewed up his chest. I imagine darkness thick enough to touch, flawless, hate as perfect as your love. I imagine what many cannot fathom in us, to imagine what happened that day in 91. A kid bullied on and battered, they called him Hank Gathers. His brother was Bo Kimball cause he shot left-handed. They hooped in New Balance, low tops and high fades, walked together to the park almost every day, in collegiate starter jackets and oversized jeans, played dice on the side till we picked up teams. Hank was wiry along, no older than 13, and Bo was a bit slow, so we followed Hank's lead. It returns in my dreams sometimes on dark nights, reminding me that people move in and out of our lives. I struggle with the whys if it happens for a reason, to reconcile the cycle if our lives are only seasons. I remain humble, grateful, I am breathing, lost in the current of superficial existence, but I can still feel it in the cold of the winter. It sits in my chest while I'm lacing up my sneakers on a brisk March evening, walking off into the distance, tracing back steps through alleys and over fences, walls of graffiti, vacant lots, broken glass. I dribble down Main Street in Madison Ave, and I imagine darkness thick enough to touch, flawless, hate as perfect as your love. I imagine what many cannot fathom in us, to reimagine what happened that day in 91.